Good evening, my name is Brightops and welcome back to the darkest dungeon, the Onyxthorn Estate. And this time around we're finally going to burst open the horrible thing that is, yes, the Courtyard. Mostly so that we can gather the crests, some cash, and admittingly this tin flute, which would be useful for Lone Wolf Jackson. We've decided this time around we've decided on the party, and there's not much to say. Let's get this party started. We don't need as many torches this time around, Actually, we'll go with 6, since we do not actually need to light the way this time around. Though I will bring some bandages and then the anti-venom, because both of those will prove rather useful pushing forward. After this point, the rest is just luck. So I don't think you need the skeleton. We're gonna need the key.
The courtyard and gardens surrounding the manor were once a point of pride for the diligent custodians I employed. Great banquets and lavish social affairs were hosted here under the stars. Despite the expectation of propriety normally ascribed to those in our position, we mocked the stoic melancholy of the moss-covered fountains and cherubic statues, our salacious trysts half hidden in the hedgerows, our morality slipping ever deeper into the mud.
Don't you just love nobility?
Soaked and sinking, these stone terraces and sprawling gardens were the site of long-forgotten revelry and well-remembered regret.
Ah yes, as far as items went, I decided to give Ritzbuns the Mercurial Slave, which will mean that she will do a lot more damage to bloodsuckers, but we also gave her a double-edged pendant, which admittedly reduces her resistance to stuns, but gives her a lot more health. Which will hopefully pay off fairly early on. Interesting. And an familiar and an old sight.
Reeling.
The bloodsuckers.
About to break.
Let's see.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
One down. Fairly quickly, too.
Obliterated.
And Ritzbuns, as is tradition, is not
As
taking
victories
shit
mount,
from anyone.
So too will resistance.
Well, since the whole party is in pretty good shape, we might as well just heal up our Jester friend. So you're dead next turn. Nice. Said no. Damn. And there's our first Crimson Curse victim in Dismas. little bastard. You're dead. You're not dead. You need to die. You're dead.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Just give you a stun, so you're...
Slowly,
Basically, we just wiped this entire thing. We just have to wait for them to die.
Life is taken.
Which, thankfully, they did rather quickly.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
And that's the first major hive we needed to deal with. So at least we are making some progress moving forward. And we can always, why we brought torches at all, just to increase our stress managing capabilities. They do not like Buddy. Well, they like him a bit too much under the circumstances. So that's at least one stun, so that's one less bloodsucker we have to worry about.
Destroyed.
And there goes the other.
Eradicated. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Actually, before we push on, let's give Buddy that fetish, because yes, disease. Actually, wait, that might not be the. Okay, better idea. Let's give it to Dismas. Reason behind that: the bleed and blight resist, wonderful. Disease resist. Well, technically the Crimson Curse counts as a disease. So if we were to give it to someone, there's a good chance that they would, well, be cursed, as it were. However, giving it to Dismas, however, works because, well, he already has it. It's not gonna do him any real harm. I'm also fairly certain that. Once you have the Crimson Curse, you can't actually gain other diseases.
Their formation is
It's just
broken.
one of those things.
Maintain the offensive.
Yeah, that's right, because the Crimson Curse, it's one of those highlights of the curse is... Well, one of the few highlights of the curse is that you are effectively immune to lesser illnesses. If I recall correctly.
Soothed. Sedated.
I might be wrong. And you know what, we might as well just use one of the anti-venoms. We brought them all the way here, we might as well.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Now a little thing I know for a fact about that bone thing we just passed by. If we had given it blood, if we had actually given it one of the things of the blood, it would have started a combat encounter. Not in a unique one, but I mean more just more like it would just summon a bunch of the standard enemies. Like these guys.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Well, the manservant's dead.
A death by inches.
That's actually a fairly good leper item, actually. Just no downsides, increases the amount of healing you receive. Just straight up, that's a pretty good one. And why we bought the holy water? I think. Thought there was more. I think it lowers your stress and heals you. So, in hindsight, I probably should have done it to Dismas, but yeah, well, too late now. Oh yeah, Dismas has range How could I forget that he has range bonuses? I'm an idiot. I guess I've just been taking advantage of the fact that, well, one of the benefits of this area is that bleed is very much in strength. Like, literally, the torchlight lowers bleed resist by default. It works on us, which isn't great, but it also works on them as well. Damn it. Buddy's gotten the curse as well. This is exactly why we gave the... Huh. Now that's something I didn't realize. It seems to be a benefit of probably one of the unseen consequences of them drinking from you is they took Buddy's blight.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
So Bug Boy there has just killed himself.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I kid a little bit there, simply because
as the fiend falls,
he would have died anyway.
Blossoms.
He would have bled out anyway, but such is life.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay. I'm okay. Actually, you know what? We'll drop the medicinal herbs simply because, well, we can probably get away without them. Yes. Mysterious, not fully human, not fully insect. We can give him the blood, and he will give us
A
money.
fortune, waiting to be spent.
Oh. Oh, that is a... Citrine, go to hell. We don't need you anymore. Okay, it's a gamble, but we'll go without the anti-venoms. We're not really using it. Not that much, anyway.
A hideous mutation. Unnatural and abhorrent.
Damn. Buddy's just... I mean, I could have done the finale, but I'd rather not at this early stage because of its well, its drawbacks, to be perfectly honest. We have, however, kept the bandages, because those are, well, useful. Okay, one stun at least disrupts the damage she can do to the whole party, which is a start. We're just going to also empower Ritz Buns a bit because, well, the odds of us actually hitting him are not high.
Precision.
Though occasionally they pay off.
Unnerved.
Oh,
Unbalanced.
No. Oh, thank God.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
God damn it.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas
That wasn't what
of
was meant to
emptiness
happen.
reveal themselves.
Well, the least we can do is start move. Yep, that worked out perfectly, actually. Wonderful. And thankfully, our crocodilian friend is not just focusing on Corin, which we are all thankful for. I have to admit, I was kind of hoping for more from that maneuver, but well, sometimes you just have to put up with it. And he's dead. He's going to die. Hooray. See how much? Yeah. Die, you crocodilian bugger!
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, first thing, let's just get the party back in order, but... what are we gonna give up? Because this is a good item to get. Let's see, 15% stun skill chance, 20% debuff skill chance, increased death blow resistance at a small stress increase. That's a good item to have. Alright. I am taking a bit of a gamble here. But hopefully this will pay off. Because admittingly we're going to be stressed out because I don't have any shovels anymore. Whew. I am glad I kept some of the food.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose. Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
And there is our last thing.
The maddening whine of multitudinous wings abates. Let us hope that is the end of things.
You know what? I would call it here, but I'm confident enough to try and push on a little bit. If only just to push Desmus over the edge to see if you'll get a... on the off chance you'll get a virtue. Because he's going to be going to get stress healed one way or another. We might as well see if we're getting rid of an affliction or not. Ah, yes, the Crimson Curse is starting to slowly degrade. Though thankfully we do have some blood, so it won't be an immediate problem, but we are probably going to have to stockpile more in the days ahead. Yeah, we don't have the shovel anymore, so we're just going to leave that one be. Alright, let's see. Is this an virtue and affliction? We have a virtue! Corrin is powering
Anger
through.
Is power. Unleash it.
Let's get rid of... First things first, let's try and get rid of... Well, we apparently can't get rid of... Actually, yes we can! There goes one. Ah, look, the butlers are defending each other. Isn't that adorable? It hasn't saved them. Now that's something I didn't know happened. They've passed their... They've passed their little...
Decimated.
guard onto the sycophant for all the good it did them. For it is done F all. healing most of the party, just in case. Ah.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Well, we got some things out of it, if nothing else.
In those younger years, my home was a hive of unbridled hedonism. A roiling apiary where instinct and impulse were indulged with wild abandon. A bewitching predator slipped in amidst the swarm of tittering sycophants. Though outwardly urbane, I could sense in her a mocking thirst. Driven half-mad by cloying vulgarity, I plotted to rid myself of this lurking threat in a grand display of sadistic sport. But as the moment of murder drew nigh, the gibbous moon revealed her inhuman desires in all their stultifying hideousness.
Well, we visited the courtyard. No one died. Hurrah! A very good beginning. And we've looted quite a few heirlooms out of it this time as well. So that's going to go a long way towards upgrading our shit. Make no mistake about that. And we've also got quite a few people who are now veterans. Very nice. Desmus has gained Stout. Good. And Corin Brand has lost Warren's phobia in exchange for light sensitive. Which isn't great, but far from the worst thing to happen.
These swarming fiends carry a pernicious plague. A sickness so virulent, so insidious. It is more a curse than a mere disease.
Okay. So the courtyard's now unlocked for further adventures. That's just announcing that the infection bloodsuckers will now start appearing in other areas. And Sinister 7 is no longer obsessed with the paranormal, which is always a good thing. Let's see any down things. Well, let's get you started. Let's see, what do I want to upgrade? Well, I can't really do... Well, damn. We've got the crest, but I can't really upgrade the weaponsmith anytime soon because we don't have the deeds. We're gonna have to go and collect them. Still, I guess we can improve the abbey a bit.
A little hope, however desperate, is never without worth.
Do a little bit more, so that if nothing else, we're getting very close to having the praying section completely opened up. So there will be 3 slots. Though we do have a problem. We can't actually put anyone in. We can't. It's part of the cause of the Crimson Curse is we have to be very aware of where we're putting people who have it. Simply because if we were to put someone in the Abbey with either of these two, there's a chance that they will spread the curse to whoever's in here. Because as we saw then, there was a medium chance that one of these two would get hungry and decide to have a little bit of a bite. So the Abbey is currently where we're sending the sick. This does put us in an awkward spot, since... I mean, fortunately we don't have to de-stress anyone else. That's something we don't have to do, which is always nice. we could finally upgrade the hero barracks another level, but I kind of want to upgrade the weaponsmith next. Because once we do that, we can start getting experienced recruits. So we've got people who have a few levels of resolve already. And quite possibly could bring their own gear. But at this point, we do actually now have a full team of veterans. Very good. Very good indeed. But alright, let's see what the future holds.
Feared. Now loosed from their brackish prison, they will spread like locusts across our land.
Okay. So, if we were to... Let's see. We now have the option of actually going into and fixing up the... We have the option of going into and fixing up, doing veteran missions and all that. And we can, of course, go and visit the Baron at some point, but I would rather not at this early stage. Let's have a look-see. What have we got? No point going after the Musketeer. We don't... There's no real... an item for the Musketeer. We don't have one. Let's say... Unfortunately, we don't actually have any missions that are offering wit deeds to us. Which is annoying, but we can make do. I'll have to think about somewhat hard about where we're going to be going next. Though now that we can now start investigating veteran missions, we have more options available to us. But until then, my name is Bright Ops, and I look forward to hearing from you.